Hey, so I thought I was just having a little flare up of my PBA, the Joker's condition. I think actually Loki wants to talk to me. And now that I'm green and gold. Okay, so no, not that one. That looks stupid as all fuck. This one. Yeah, I forgot. He was in this deck. Shapeshifter card is on here. And, alright, is there anything else? Maybe. Okay, he also wants the Rebel deck, but I have strict terms and conditions because you are not allowed to hurt my feelings, Loki, okay? Said I would never. Okay, there's a card stuck in here now. Got a feeling that you just can't shake? I know. It's fucking anxiety, silly. Alright, Loki. He said you're talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. I would never. Oh, he also said eat a fucking taco. You need a good fucking cry, Loki? Shut up. Okay. On that note, anything else? What are we using my voice for? Oh, there's another card in here. Shame, regret, and guilt, those are just bullshit. So we're gonna use our voice to let that go. Okay, Loki, help me out though. Because I would love for you to guide this rant to the next level. Oh, I get it. He does want to use this deck. When he said that that's stupid as fuck, he was just talking about somebody. That's all. Okay. The gloves. We're shifting our perspective. And what does that mean? Because usually, when you grow up in the church, you learn that you need to change your perspective. Means that you need to just see the best in everybody and gaslight yourself and just be happy for what you got. Apple. Snail. It's a poison apple. And you bite into it, and you actually eat a snail. I think he means like a worm, but that's disgusting, Loki. That's gross. He said, so is your family. What, bro? Oh. Some people live in a fantasy. Oh, buddy, this is gonna be a big chunk. Not everybody can change with you. But like a lot of us, we've grown, we've changed our identity. It's something different. And it's time for us to tell our story. It's time for us to bare our souls. Oh my god, this card is wildflowers. And those are my favorite flowers. I fucking hate roses. Wildflowers, those are my favorite. That was just him being like, I know you. That's cute as all shit. So what? Okay, so people don't know who we are, but your guides do. The funny thing is, I don't like my given name because my given name has an identity attached to it that is not me. You alright? I think you. Oh, I'm coming. Okay, buddy? Did you stop paying attention to what you were doing? Go. Here, you want your truck? Here. You want chips? I gotta give you an info. Alright. Where were we, Loki? We're gonna move on. Okay, we're changing our perspective because we're not gonna be viewing our lives through the lens of other people. That's where the whole like shame, guilt, and regret goes in, because that's what's under the surface. Actually, it's not. We need to embrace what is under the surface of the identity that they keep portraying, putting on us. I'm cold as fuck. So, anyways, and using our voice to tell our story, the story of our soul, where do we start? Because in shedding the perspective of like everybody else, sometimes it's hard to even know who the fuck we are. It's hard to remember sometimes. So I think Loki's gonna help us remember who the fuck we are. I told him I told my guys I needed to be cheered up. I was like, tell me something good. That's what I would say. And they were like, yeah, even though you were sad, you were still like, what's up, guys? So Loki comes out. Loki is my comic relief. Some may call it PBA, a fox. That's one of the like Loki's animals. These cards are also green and gold. Okay. Who the fuck are we? We are the Earth Guardians. We can see, but we can also see. It's in front of us. We can see what we can't see. We know shit that protects other people. We use our magic to see and to know. And it's a big job. Not everybody is able to stand their ground. Because when you unlock the magic within you, you tend to get hunted. This card's interesting. It's called the High Priest. There's also a hawk on it. Intended to create. Because like we'll march to the beat of our own drum and like embrace the like creator within us. People don't like that. People are afraid of that. Religion, like high priest religion stuff, and they're the ones hunting us, but like they don't understand that we are who we are, you know? Take time to reflect. This is something Hekate has told me. Jesus too. He really wants to come out. Literally, this is Jesus. Okay. Women are portrayed through the lens of the Garden of Eden. Women are portrayed as deceitful, sneaky bitches. Women are oracles. They have magic that they can see the unseen, they can connect, they know. They can be, they don't have to do. And see, that's the difference between masculine and feminine energies, is that the feminine energy is the still small voice they talk about. The thunderstorm, that's the masculine energy. It's powerful, but if you think back to the Bible, I don't remember the exact verse, but The voice of God wasn't in what was loud and flashy, powerful. The power was in that still small voice that was like, you know what? I know things that can help you heal, but you have to be open to receiving it. I can see things that you can't. I can talk to the stars. And I know how to take care of my needs. I can help you figure out how to take care of your needs, but you want me to be a lone wolf. You want me to be the wolf in sheep's clothing, but you know what? I'm connected to Mother Earth. I can help you feel grounded, loved, nurtured. But at the same time, I have just as much of this like feminine as I do with the masculine. That's being balanced. So I can help you. You can feel loved and nurtured and comforted, but I am so fucking determined. I'm so committed to my goals and to my life, to my son, and I am devoted to trusting in the things they cannot see. And that takes some immense fucking faith. That takes some incredible faith, which I've found interesting because as a lot of us are breaking away from like tradition, the Lord, we take the authority of our own lives, and there fox yeah we start to trust in ourselves and lead with our heart, and like that's like the most badass thing you can do. This is the warrior card. That's the most badass thing you can do, is to just go and see what you can't see. And like the religious people will be like, oh my gosh, you're walking away from God and your faith. And you're like, bro, am I though? Because this takes a lot more faith than it does to sit in a church, which is extremely that's where you feel safe and protected. You're hiding behind protected. This one's drop your shields. This autumn. This one keeps. We're afraid to fall. Oh my god. This is autumn. It's fall. This one's fire. This one's witch. But it's white witch because we have used our faith. I'm not gonna say they. We have such a strong faith that we were able to see and accept that we weren't going to hell, for embracing the wild within, harnessing our mystic power, the sun, enjoying. This is very personal for me because this is enjoy, success, and happiness. This is the sun card. The sun card always refers to my son. No matter what anybody said, I got shamed very heavily for having a baby when I was not married. And one of the things that people were most pissed at me for was for being happy. But homie, that cough, that's confirmation right there. Oh, there's Loki. There he is. Because this kid has taught me so much. The great teacher. He taught me how to be a mom. He taught me what it was to feel nurtured and loved, to know that I'm never alone. And watching him grow is like the most amazing thing I could imagine. And he helped me just to learn how to embrace who I am without needing permission from anybody. This is the shaman card. This comes out a lot. Shamans, they're leaders. They trust in, like, they're super fucking wise. My son helped me become a fucking baddie. He taught me what it's like to be loved. And I created that. I manifested that. And now this card comes back up and it referenced the Garden of Eden. And I always wondered what Eve actually did. Eve used her magic. And Adam did not like that because he wanted to be the leader. He wanted to be the teacher. He wanted to be the powerful, magical guardian, protector of the flock. And Eve was like, no, I'm a fucking badass. I can see shit you can't. And she had such fire and passion. And she released it. She marched to the beat of her own drum. That's fucking badass. You know how it's always like, she had a piece of fruit. Remember how in all the Disney movies, it's always like the Wicked Witch? She's got a poison apple. This is I just heard like birds of a feather is one thing, but women are bees in the hive. They're like bees of the same hive. We stick together, we work fucking hard, and we all have like a common goal. Women have insane instincts. Our bodies follow the cycles of the moon. I feel like there's something else here. There's like a trinity within women. Okay. I kind of want to know more about that. I think we need this one. Because, I mean, if you think about it, Lilith and Hekate are always, like, portrayed. Lilith, Hekate, the Morrigan. They always have, like, 3 heads. And it references the Trinity, which, let me see. Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Now, why would they call it the Holy Ghost and the Holy Spirit if women, or if not necessarily women, if you weren't allowed to talk to it? That's a piece of chocolate. That's fine. They got their gifts from spirit, being able to connect to spirit. Right the fuck on. Whether it was in light or dark, whether it was in life or death. That's fucking badass. Women know how to stand in the fire without getting burned. Wait a second, this looks fucking super. Look at my hair's red here and green. And this is like a red and green. Because I see these cards and I see like a forest, but I also see fire. But you know how in Daniel... Is it Daniel? Those three dudes that got thrown into the fiery furnace, they walked out completely unharmed. Because the fire, they already had it within themselves. See, like that. But with the right balance, the hot and the cold neutralize each other. This card reminds me of like Daniel in the Lion's Den. Daniel walked in there and befriended the lions. And what's kind of funny is like they thought they were gonna like get rid of him that way. And I mean, they threw me to the wolves and then called me a wolf in sheep's clothing. So, you know, this little gift they thought would be so sneaky actually led to me being happy and finding my people. Because I didn't belong. So they kicked me out and were like, fine, get out then. This is like the King of Cups energy. I feel like there's something else here. We can walk into the fire without getting burned, but we can also breathe underwater. There's like a connection here between like the elements. This card is just really sweet. I don't know if you'll be able to see it super well, but she's got like her like head thingy is like a leaf that's like changing colors. She's also got bright red hair. Her hands are kind of turning green, like she's kind of becoming part of the forest. She's got a dragon sitting on her arm. And she's got a mask, but she took it off. And a lot of people trying to like rescue us back into their herd of sheep. They'll offer us this gift, but we don't want it. We're already with our people because they kicked us out. You know that Selena Gomez song? I needed to lose you to find me. I needed to hate you to love me. I've never fucking seen this card before. Hold on. It's a tale as old as time, but also like a test as old as time. This is interesting because there's like a clock in the middle. But you know what's interesting is this shape here kind of reminds me of a coffin. I'm also reminded of the timekeepers from, you know, Loki from Marvel. They're the people that control time. This kind of reminds me of like the timekeepers. I haven't finished watching it, but I did start. So, I'm trying to figure out how to like tie this together. Women, our magic is in being able to not only balance the masculine and feminine energy, like women, I'm a single mom. I'm a mom and a dad. But with that, there's also our like We know how to work with nature and not against it. We know how to like let our bodies and the earth like align with each other. You know the tortoise and the hare. I've been saying for a long time, I'm a turtle, not a rabbit. I will get there one step at a time, and I'll do it with love, and I'll let my body do what it's got to do, you know? Because in nurturing your body, your spirit, your mind, that's where you find the ground. So autumn, you fall, but you don't because you're already on solid ground as it is. You're already completely balanced, and that's what kind of like scares people about us, is because they're afraid. Why are we so okay with being dark and light? Like, why do we act like nothing's wrong when there's like that darkness right there? Well, the darkness is in everybody. I'm just not afraid to show it. Enough said. Everybody's got shit. So either you let it balance, neutralize, you let the water, the ice soothe the fire, you let the water, fertilize, nourish the soil, and you let the breeze cool you the fuck down, blow you where you gotta, Okay, remind me what I was just saying. And that way, yeah, you just have everything right there. Your four corners, your foundation, that's it. When they're saying, yeah, you gotta build a new foundation, our foundation growing up was built on just being the light. You had to be the light. But what happens when we're given darkness and only darkness, and we have to be bright and happy? Then we just internalize all that darkness. It's got nowhere to go. And then it's got nowhere to go but like into your own heart and soul. So all these people that are like Christian and faith-based, they're not allowed to be like, they're not allowed to hold both out in the open. And we do it so easily, so gracefully, like it's not wrong, because it's not. But like when you're taught that, yeah, well, God takes care of all your needs and all that, you know what God did? God let himself be crucified. God let himself be humiliated in front of everybody. God let himself get burned at the stake. God showed himself, well, Jesus, he showed himself getting betrayed by God. He shared himself yelling at God, "Why have you forsaken me?" He shared how his friends betrayed him, how his family and his disciples stood there and just watched him die. And he also shared that sweet little lady that came to tend to his grave because she wasn't afraid of the dark. She wasn't afraid of death, and she wasn't afraid of speaking with the Holy Spirit. She wasn't afraid of spirit. Because she was in alignment here. That's what this means. All the chakras are aligned. You good, man? I swear he's not paying attention. It's alright. I can't quite show it, but like, this is like a guy and a girl, like, just completely aligned. Like, they're in the woods, they've got water around them, they've got fire. They're just completely connected to every part of nature and every part of the universe that they can be. That's alignment. Look at that. It's okay to be angry. You know what's interesting is Eve. I think this is referencing Eve and Lilith, actually. Yeah, she was safe in the Garden of Eden, but she knew there was more. There was more to life. She knew what would happen if she bit that fucking apple. She knew what she was doing. She wasn't stupid. Women aren't fucking stupid. Women are not easily deceived. She wasn't deceived one fucking bit. She knew there was more to life, and she got out and saw it. Because maybe the curse was actually broken because she knew that she'd been lied to. She knew that this gift, this like fancy, beautiful life that she'd been offered was just nothing but complete lies. That's fucking beautiful. Yeah, if you touch that, we're gonna throw you out. And that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. This is Hekate. Oh my god, this is Odin. This one is Lilith. Oh my god, this is the Morrigan. Who's this one? I feel like all these cards just started like referencing all of my spirit guides. That's fucking awesome. These are the dragons. I connected with my dragons. I connected with nature. My little rabbit. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there. There's a little bunny. Because shit. When we're forced to portray light and all that we've seen is darkness, we have to like somehow create the light ourselves. Because we don't genuinely know what light is if all we're given is dark. So if we are able to portray a light, happy smile, that's fucking magic right there. That's how you make. That's how you create magic. That's how you create magic. You created a light out of dark. Let there be light. And let there be water. Let there be earth. We created our own world. From nothing. From absolutely nothing. This is like our inner child right there. We went from being a little tiny child that was taken advantage of, and we became a fucking woman, and we're not afraid. I can't show this card. But we embraced every fucking part of ourselves. Even when we didn't have any clue what that was supposed to look like. See, the creation story in some ways is also the same as like the fool's journey. Just think about it. Think about it. We created the light out of darkness from nothing. We figured out how to create a solid foundation, a solid ground, an earth for ourselves. We figured out how to get through the days, how to wake up and function, and we figured out how to sleep. We figured out that there are a lot of fish in the sea, figured out how to fill our own cup with what we were given. We figured out how to build our own hearth, our home. The inner fire and the flame of a woman, of a divine feminine. It's just absolute warmth. You're not going to get burned. Because you're not going to be burned if you have every element within you to neutralize everything. You're going to have solid ground, and you're going to have water to drink, but you're also going to have air to breathe. You're going to have fire to keep you warm. It's fucking awesome. And that's what we do. That's why we're amazing. These are my spirit guides coming in. So they're all like here. Oh my god. I'm getting chills. Literally all of the Morgan. I feel like this is actually going like chronologically through who I've been connecting with. The Morgan, my grandmother, Odin, Hekate, Lilith and Mary Magdalene, the ancestors of the land, the kids, miscarried siblings, miscarried kids. There was a kid in my house. When I first got here, there was the ghost of a little boy. He told me a story. And then I talked to the angels. And then I started connecting with the Greek gods. The star people. What's this one? Aphrodite. And like, oh my god, more angels. It's just like more and the dragons. And then the timekeepers. It's fucking sweet. This is another dragon. Who the fuck are these guys though? these guys have come up a few times now. It's like part of it. Oh my god. I connected with people. But also this is like I connected with every one of my timelines. Because hey, on this timeline, this and that happened. This is like a part that I just fucking wrote in my book. Where no matter what, this man's life was full of suffering. I'm gonna actually read it. I have this. Hold on. I got a picture of it. And I'm gonna read it to you. Because I got just up in the clouds enough to connect with Michael. I've been writing and rewriting this book since I was 13. And like every version is just a little bit different. And so then I got to a point where the main character like ends up in like a near-death experience where he passes out, dies, whatever. And then before he like wakes up, which one do you want? Somebody asked. Spock, he was right, which is like an old army buddy. And then Becky is a person he ends up marrying. Spock, he was right in one life. Becky's pregnant. In one life. Let me restart. Spock is speaking. Okay, so he's like, in one life, your wife's pregnant when you meet her. In one life, you miss 2 years of your child because you didn't know, like, whatever. In one life, you're married to Eddie, which is one of his other army buddies. Female though, Eddie, whatever. And some you're married to Eddie, and some you aren't. She ends up dying. In one life, my name is Johnny. In one, it's Jake. We play different roles. In the end, however, you lose us both. In one life, you get adopted by a family. In one, you have a single father. In one life, you're close with Liam, who's Becky's sibling, and Becky, and in one, you're closer with Ryan, who's another buddy. And so, like, in all these different lives, he's, like, closer with different people, and just very different, like, little subtle things happen that are different. Liam says, stepping stone, you may or may not punch him. It's hard to punch that guy, but you're the first one to step back and say, is it though? Grow some fucking balls, motherfucker. In another life, Liam is not that person, but there is a person like that. In that life, your circle is small. You have the love of your life, though you miss some time with your son, and you have yourself. And in that life, only Carl. Carl stays. Carl lives this life. The one with Carl. It hurts. It fucking hurts. You lose just about everyone. You're on your own for quite some time. But that little brother never got in the car with your dad before you could tell him that you cut the brake lines. Your dad drives away on his own. You don't live the rest of your life with an agonizing guilt over the death of your baby brother, but when he rides away, you have some catching up to do. It's up to you, but personally, don't save me. Becky, she's fucking great momming alone for just under 2 years. You'll catch up, you'll be forgiven, and you'll have Carl. And then this is where, like, the voice changes. And, like, it becomes somebody else talking to him. And he's like, wait, who's Carl? Carl is, like, this little brother of his that literally just showed up that night. I've been working on this book for 10 years. This is the first time Carl has ever shown up. I googled the name. What does Carl mean? Carl means free man. So you have all these timelines with all these little differences, and then you gotta like pick which one. He's gotta like pick which one he's gonna get thrown back into. And then before I like stopped that night, like in my head, I don't think I even typed this out, but I was like, okay, but I have one request. And then over the next few days, I've just been thinking about all these different stories I've written, and I'm like, and some of them, this is the best thing that could happen, and then this is the best thing that could happen, and this is where like it's all these different timelines we have, and I'm like, if you can see all the timelines, like on one hand, it's like the guides or whatever are like, see, it's kind of hard deciding which story you go into, because then you have to decide who lives and who dies in which story. It's a lot of responsibility being a god, isn't it? But then if you're like, okay, but if I can see all these different timelines, I can pick and choose, right? Like if I'm dead, fuck, I can go back up there, rewrite a little bit, and maybe make the determination that, you know what, in all these different stories, you're gonna have a different mindset. And like if you decide when you're in this timeline to do this thing, but then like you end up resuscitating into this other life, then it's not going to be like in alignment with who you are, because you wanted this for your soul and now you're over here. And I'm like, so maybe you can kind of play it by ear, go with the flow. There's all these timelines available. You can pick and choose from whatever. And that was like my little conversation with the timekeepers. The golden egg. Dragons. Dragons help with travel. So if you're working with dragons, timekeepers. See what I'm saying? You timeline jump. What's funny is I used to play. I was in a fucking little play skit thing, and I was like a superhero, and I was called the Clock, and I had like a watch. I still got it somewhere, I think. And I had like buttons so I could like rewind the time, or I could like speed it up, and like I could like jump, and like that was some foreshadowing to my own goddamn life. That's my life right there. That's my new slogan. Oh shit. I don't think I got much else to say, but that was, holy shit. Look at that. Okay, so listen. Once you will like embrace your power and get aligned. That was a feather. It's all good. This is everybody that I've connected with since I've started connecting with people. That's Thor, I think. I asked him to help me open shit. So like look at all of these. 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 24. Odin ones on top of these. This is who I've connected with in the last like 3 or 4 months. These are who have been guiding me. They haven't gone anywhere. And like this is just like such a sweet reminder from our guides that they're our family and they're here to keep guiding us. And when you've got this much fucking power on your side and you've got this many different worlds you can connect to and talk to, you have the entire universe at your fingertips. Like I'm getting like Akashic Records vibe, but you can like, this word will not come out, like you have like unlimited learning. you have access to like infinity knowledge. And you can just keep going for the rest of your whole fucking life. Isn't that fucking amazing? That's fucking free, man. Embrace your wings. Shit. Oh my god, these are my favorite colors too. One of my signs for my guides is like, they know my favorite color. And like a lot of the people in my life have no idea what my favorite colors are. Your guides do though. Wow. Okay. I really hope that you can feel this energy. Holy shit, you know? Hekate. This golden egg, there's babies. There's so much here. Hekate is the keeper of baby souls. She's like the mother to the baby that lost its mom or lost its life. Like she and Lilith. Like Lilith is kind of accused of like causing miscarriages and stuff. No. Lilith is Hekate. Like at least in this timeline that I've worked with. It's just at like different stages of her life, okay? But she just thinks it's really important to this like, okay, I'm trying to like tie this all together. Okay, so she catches the babies that lose their families and lose their life and they have nowhere to go. She catches that soul and like adopts it. So all of us out here that have been like kind of orphaned and abandoned, just kind of surrounded by like snakes trying to hold on to us until like this is like these skulls. Like we're dead inside, whatever. She's like, bitch, I live in the underworld. Welcome home. That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever heard. If you got thrown to the wolves, welcome home, bestie.